into the era of AI. Hello there and welcome. In this lecture, I'm going to introduce you and explain 6 prompt engineering strategies for getting better results with your prompts. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So what exactly are we into here? What exactly is prompt engineering? And how can you get the best out of your prompts? So for instance, if you scroll down, this is an OpenAI link, which you can find easily by just searching for 6 prompt engineering strategies in Google. And then you will find this first link. You can click it. It will take you right here and you can start reading with us. So let me explain to you. Now, the first thing that is requested from you is to add details. Details of what? So for example, if you want to create a design about, I'm not sure, but maybe about a Mexican city, or you want to create a design that features the city of New York. If you just keep it to that, you say, well, generate a t-shirt design about the city of New York, it's not going to be as good because it's going to generate a design with the city of New York, but not as good as if you add more detail. We can run an experiment right now. Now, I'm going to use my own GPT that we created in the previous lecture, and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. So if I say create a t-shirt design showing New York City. Now, of course, it's going to ask me some questions. So I'm going to say, one. Okay, so number one, I'm going to provide it with abstract or not abstract vintage. Number two, I'm going to say the colors, I want it to be monochrome. Elements, I want it to, let's just say none for the second. And for text, none. And you can see that I didn't provide as much detail now. I only said it's just a t-shirt, vintage and monochrome. That's it. But if I added things or elements, details such as Empire State Building, if I added details such as what the text that I want it to have, or I want to have there to be Statue of Liberty, it would have made it different, right? So here is the design of New York. Now, it designed such a design which is not really what you would like, right? Because this is not detailed. So it's vague. It's New York. So it created a design featuring the entire city of New York. But what if? What if I said, generate a vintage t-shirt design showcasing a famous New York street, use colors, and I want there to be a man standing with his bulldog, and both of them are wearing glasses, and the style should be cyberpunk. Okay, and use great colors. And let's say that you want to write a keyword and write the word, let's just say dogs with 2 Z's. Okay. So if I were to now change the prompt to this, now I provided more details, which means that it's going to be very different from the first design that we have over here. And hence why you have to provide details. Also, you have to provide a persona for the model. For example, the best way to make ChatGPT great at math is to actually program it, tell it, you know what, now you are Einstein, okay? Now you are Einstein, and you know math better than anyone, and I want you to solve this equation. Now, ChatGPT will understand, okay, you want me to be Einstein, right? So this means that I have to be very good at math or physics. For example, this can work really well if you're trying to create a marketing campaign to promote a specific product. It would be great if you say to ChatGPT, adopt the persona of Gary Vee or of some genius marketer like Neil Patel. So all of these are really good. Use delimiters, limit ChatGPT. When you don't limit it, it will generate a design that potentially you yourself will not like. Now, have a look at this. Isn't this very different? Isn't this great? And that's because our description was pretty accurate. Now, I could switch all of this. I could say it should be realistic. And now because I said it should be realistic, it's no longer going to be cartoonish. All right? So it's going to be realistic. It's going to be different. Now, and also use step by step. So here in this case, I used step by step. I got the first design, I polished it, and then I got the second design and I polish and I polish and I polish until I get the best design by trial and error. Specify the desired length. This can work specifically for text. So if you're writing a book chapter or some kind of an ad copy or a blog post, it might be sensible for you to ask ChatGPT to basically limit the number of words to a specific number, to a specific limit. Instruct the model to answer using a reference text. Giving it a reference text by using this feature here, which can enable you to upload images, is also great. You can also upload files and other things as references. Also, split complex tasks into subtasks. Do not try to get it right from the first time. Make sure you let the model take its time to think, as they say over here. You get the first response, then you just add more. You get the second, then you add more until you get the response that you feel satisfied with. External tools, I'm not going to talk about them because these are APIs. Test changes systematically. So for instance, if you like this one, go with it. If you didn't like it, well, you can say, well, I want the dog to be standing and wearing glasses. And the glasses must be round, okay? And the man should not be wearing a jacket, and he should be standing next to a Mustang, for example. Now I provided more details. So now the dog will have glasses. He will be standing instead of sitting. The man will not have a jacket, and he will be standing next to pretty much next to a Mustang. I could also ask it to make sure that dogs is written in the center or written at the bottom part or at the top part of the design. I could do that as well. So notice that right now it changed it. Well, the dog is not standing still. Well, he is standing but half. And you can see there is a Mustang and there's a guy and he's still wearing a jacket, right? And dogs is written here. I can keep editing this as much as I want. Now let's come back to, or let's talk about reverse engineering. For example, let's say that I want to reverse engineer a specific image from the web. Let me show you. So if I go to google.com, let's search for some kind of a design. Let's search for, I don't know, a landscape. Let's search for a landscape, and then let me go to Pixabay or Pexels to get a copyright-free image that we can use. So I'm going to go to Google, and I'm going to search for a landscape. Pixabay is a website where I could go and get some free images. So for instance, if I click here, it's going to showcase a bunch of images, and you'll see that you can use a lot of images for free. So let's say, for example, that I don't know really how to describe this particular image. I like it, it's pretty good. I want to create something similar for a t-shirt design, but I don't know how to describe it, right? I don't know how to say two houses on a lake or with snow. And like they say, a picture is worth 1,000 words, isn't it? You can download this particular image, and then you could get right back into ChatGPT. This is what we call reverse prompting. Now let me start a new chat for a second. And then you could upload this image by clicking here, upload from computer. And you can upload this particular image like so. Once that image is uploaded, you can say describe this image in detail. Okay. So if I describe the image in detail, if I were to hit enter, now it's going to take in the image, it's going to describe the image, and it's going to give you a description of the image. Okay, now this description, you can take it and you can say, generate the following design. And you can place the description. And now with the command of generate this following design, this is what we call reverse prompting. We took an image and we turned it into a prompt. Then we took the prompt and now we're going to use that prompt to generate another image. All right. And that's incredible when it comes to the field of print on demand or any kind of field like this, especially when you're not as descriptive. And notice that right now we got a realistic image that looks pretty much even better than the previous image right here. So this is the real image. Mind you, this image is real, and this one is the one generated by AI. And notice what I'm talking about. And we could now say, make it vintage style and circular. And so right now what it's going to do is going to take in the image, this one. If you don't like it like this, it will now make it circular, and it will make it vintage style instead of it being another style. And as you can see right here, we have the design. It's vintage and it's actually looking good. Now, let's say I want to make it abstract. I'm going to say make it abstract. So right now it's going to make it abstract. Well, let's wait a second here for just a second so that it can make it abstract for us to be able to, let's just say, create another image. Let's wait just a second. As you can see it right there, the image is loading. It's not going to take so much time. It's going to be quite short. Let's just wait a second. All right, so it's loading right now. And there you have it. So now it's abstract. Well, not entirely abstract, but pretty much it's no longer realistic. And you can see that it's still the same theme, except for now we have a design which is pretty cool, right? And all of that started from this image. And look what we got. All right, so there you go. I hope that you've enjoyed this lecture so far. In the next lecture, I'll be introducing you to Midjourney, and then I'll be introducing you afterwards to Leonardo AI, and we're going to go ahead and get started by generating a couple of t-shirt design projects or design projects in general so that you can polish your skill. Passive Income Gen Z wishing you the best and signing out.